right, hello everybody. Oh my gosh. I swear I forget that every time. Hello everybody, and welcome to Play by Play with Dr. Delay. I am, of course, Dr. Delay, and we've got a great one for you tonight as the Brewers take on the Cubs in Game 4. In Game 4 of this series, and I do apologize again, running late as always, is this guy. That's why I don't schedule it. You know what I should do is I should schedule things for, 10 seconds. 10 seconds prior to, That's what I should do. That's what I should do. I should schedule things 10 seconds prior to when I'm supposed to go on. Or 10 minutes prior, not 10 seconds. What am I talking about? Hello, Daniel. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, the Pirates did win earlier. All right, now I can get back into things again. The Brewers, 79-47, pretty solid season. The Cubs, 72-54. Of course, the Cubs have taken the last two games of the series. Brewers winning, of course, Game 1. So the Cubs may have figured out the Brewers. We'll find out, of course, tonight. The Cubs, I believe they are 7 games back. If my math is correct, we'll go and refresh this just to make sure. Yep, Cubs 72-54, again, 7 games back of the Brewers. And, of course, again, the Brewers dropped the last 2 games to the Cubs. So they're looking to even up the series, and that'll make things exciting for tomorrow if the Brewers do indeed win this game. Starting pitch for the Cubs, it's going to be Colin Ray, 9-5 record, 3.99 ERA with a whip of a 1.28. Last 7 appearances, done a little bit better than he has been as of late. 3-2 with a 3.68 ERA, so not too shabby for Colin Ray. He's going to face the rookie, and he was really good against the Pirates. I don't know how he's been as of late. Jacob Mizorowski, 4-1 record, 3.89 ERA. He has struggled, though, apparently, in his last 7 starts. His last start was just a week ago, 1 1/3, 5 earned runs. So we'll see. We'll see what type of pitcher we get from Mizorowski. Starting lineup for the Brewers: Frelick, Collins, Contreras, Yelich, Vaughn. Just making sure my mic's moving. There we go. Siegler, Turang, Perkins, and Ortiz. For the Cubs, it's going to be Bush, Happ, Suzuki, Crow Armstrong, Kelly, Horner, Casey, Swanson, and Shaw. As Frelick is stepping up to the plate, we are about to get underway in Chicago. As Ray sets from the stretch, delivers, that's going to be in there for a called strike. 94 in the upper part of the zone. Sal Frelick is batting .298 on the year, OPS of .777, 9 homers and 49 RBIs. Here is the 0-1. And that's going to be hit left, and that is a foul ball. Again, these guys have been going back and forth. Of course, not really back and forth, but, the Brewers, again, these are top teams here. Frelick is 5 for 11 in the series. Here is the 0-2. Checked his swing. Did he go? He went. He struck him out to begin this one. All right, batting second, it's going to be the left fielder, Isaac Collins. Isaac Collins is batting .280, OPS of .813, as I got to adjust the headset here. 8 homers and 41 RBIs on the season for Isaac Collins. Ray delivers. Breaking ball, that's right in there for a called strike. Collins is 0 for 8 in the series. He has struggled as of late. 0-1. Ray delivers, and that'll be just outside for ball 1. Birdwatcher, how's it going? Dr. The Human Rain Delay. What up, man? How's it going? That's an interesting nickname. I don't know if I'm going to use that one going forward. Here's the 1-1. That'll be outside for ball 2. I'm doing okay. How are you doing? Hopefully you're enjoying your off day. And actually, after the stream last night, I checked and I did unlock redirects, as that's going to be chopped foul. So it's 2-2 count to Collins. So yes, I will be able to redirect from now on. I redirected, I think, earlier today in my first stream with the Pirates. Pirates defeating the Blue Jays. I redirected to JJ, so we'll see who's up later. I think JJ is probably going to be on again. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out to start, again, back-to-back strikeouts to start off the game. So Ray is looking pretty good. So I'll be sure to return the favors, of course. Again, I appreciate you, Orioles Birdwatcher. Everyone that's tuned in right now, feel free to check out Orioles Birdwatcher. This guy's a professional play-by-play guy. And he's really good. He's really good for the Orioles. As here is Contreras. That's a swing and a miss. Strike one. William Contreras batting .260. OPS of .754. 13 homers and 61 RBIs on the season. 0-1 count. Ray sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper to second. Horner throws to first for out number 3. Very quickly, the Brewers go down as we head to the bottom of the first. Your score is 0-0. Denny, how's it going? Let's go Bucks. I can't root for either team, but I can root against both. There we go. I really hope, though, this doesn't end in, like the 30th inning or something, because no one can win because we're rooting for nobody. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I know I'm a Pirates guy, but again, as evidenced by today's game, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, so feel free to press that subscribe button. I have featured these teams, well, more so the Brewers as of late. We did, of course, play the Cubs not too long ago, so obviously you may recognize me from those games if you tuned into one of those two that I did. But, of course, again, the Brewers, I'll be back actually tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be doing Game 4 as well. So, again, it is mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around, especially for teams that are, going to be making the playoffs, unlike my Pirates. So, yeah, for sure. This is fun. Scores around Major League Baseball. The Marlins, they currently lead the Cardinals 3-1. Nationals over the Mets 5-1. White Sox and Braves are tied at 0 apiece. A's over the Twins 1-0. Yankees over the Rays 1-0. Royals over the Rangers 3-1, and that is it as of now as far as final scores. Pirates, of course, defeating the Blue Jays 2-1. Phillies over the Mariners 11-2. Pardon me. Tigers defeat the Astros 7-2, and the Diamondbacks over the Indians in extras 3-2. As mentioned before, Jacob Mizorowski is going to be the starting pitcher tonight for the Brewers. 4-1 record, 3.89 ERA, whip of a 1.13. Stepping up to the plate, right in front of my face, is Michael Busch. Michael Busch batting .258, OPS of 833, 24 homers and 70 RBIs for the series. He is 2 for 11. As Mizorowski kicks and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike, 100 miles per hour. That is kind of his thing. He's tall, and he can pitch fast. He averages 99 on it. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit, and that is a foul ball. 100 again. 100 miles per hour. That seems to be his thing. Quickly down 0-2. Busch is going to step out and take a little break. And he's stepping back in again. 0-2 count. As Mizorowski sets on the 0-2. Kicks and deals. And that'll be upstairs for ball 1. Got to try to settle into my announcer voice tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Did a game earlier, so I don't know if the voice can go. 1-2 count. Mizorowski kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to center. Perkins is under it, though, and makes the catch for round number 1. All right, batting second is Ian Happ, the left fielder. Batting .231, OPS of .717. 16 homers and 56 RBIs for the series. He is 3 for 8. 3 for 8. As Mizorowski sets. Rocks and fires. And that'll be in there for a called strike. 101 at the knees. So quickly, 0-1 again. The the Cubs, Ray, worked really fast against the Brewers. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be in there, but it's not going to be called a strike, as I believe Contreras had a little trouble there with the catch. So I guess it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what in the world happened there. 1-1 count to Ian Happ. Mizrowski delivers. That's going to be poked at and fouled back, as it's 1-2. Happ only batting .231 this year, a little bit below his career batting average of .246. 1-2 count. Mizrowski from the stretch fires, and that'll be outside for ball 2. Snowman, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Got the Brewers and the Cubs. Of course, this is a pretty big game. Game 4, but this is not the end of the series. Here is the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Seiya Suzuki is batting .247, OPS of .811, 27 homers and 86 RBIs on the season. Hammer, how's it going? I think this might be the end for the Rangers. I'll have to check. Yeah, how far back are they? I think they're pretty far back. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that's in there for a called strike during commercial break. I'll check the standings. I'm sorry to hear that, Hammer. I am. Count is 0-1. Mizrowski rocks, sets, kicks and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike. 0-2 count. Announcers are saying that was a slider. That was 97. 97 mile per hour slider. Oh my goodness. 0-2 count. Mizrowski from the stretch fires. That'll be hit to the right, and that is a foul ball. 5.5 back from the wild card. Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, it's about just over 30 games, I believe. That's doable. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be chopped off his foot, as it's once again 0-2. Yo, Michael, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. I know you're in the JJ stream, so I appreciate you for stopping by. Again, the Brewers and the Cubs got a big matchup tonight as Mizrowski sets, rocks and fires. That'll be inside for ball 1. 96. Again, that's an off-speed pitch. That's a wow. That is wow. 1-2, 2 outs. Mizrowski from the stretch. That's going to be a breaking ball below the zone for ball 2. Just gave Max and the others likes. Was trying to find you and it was hard. Sorry, I know. I'm buried. I am not exactly a well-known YouTuber. In fact, I'm just kind of starting out. 2-2 count. Mizrowski delivers. That's going to be hit to right center. Perkins running back at the wall, making the catch just shy of the ivy for out number 3. Suzuki gave it a good ride, but just under it a tad. As we head to the top of the second, your score is 0-0. Once again, folks, thank you guys. As Michael was kind of saying again, it's pretty hard to find me. I know you probably, of course, just typed in Brewers or Cubs. That's fine. But yeah, no, this is what I kind of do. I do a lot of Pirates. I'm a Pirates guy, as you can probably see. But again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, and I'll be doing the postseason. And yes, I'll be calling every Pirates postseason game. But you know what? I'll still make time to call some other NL postseason teams. So again, feel free to definitely press that like button like Michael here. James said you were live and wanted to like it up. Again, thank you very much. Yeah, hit that like button, folks. That like button helps out this little channel. And again, feel free to subscribe. You don't have to be a Pirates fan to subscribe to the channel. Again, I do bounce around. And, if you're just a sports fan, this is a good channel for the sports fan. Of course, I'll be doing plenty of that team very soon, the Steelers. So if you're a NFL fan, of course, I'll be doing plenty of that. Steelers and, of course, other teams which will be voted on by you guys, but we will go into that a little bit later. All right, let's see here. The Brewers have Yelich, Vaughn, and Ziegler due up again. I want to double-check the Rangers. The Rangers are 5.5 yet back from the Mariners. I think the Mariners have dropped 5 in a row, so I guess that's, Hammer, if you're still here, then you can take some comfort in that. The Royals, though, have won 5 in a row. That's something, I guess. Jeez, everyone wants to lose. A lot of losing streaks over here. Oh, well. Again, this is Christian Yelich due up here in the top of the second. Yes, it was an awesome win for the Pirates. Yelich is batting .265, OPS of 811, 26 homers and 87 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 1. It was indeed. I should have opened up that bottle of water before this inning. 1-0 count. Ray kicks and fires, and that'll be outside for ball 2. I'm going to go ahead and attack this water right now, at least open it up. 2-0 count. Ray sets and delivers. That'll be inside ball 3. Just working. I don't know what he's really doing here. Just showing a lot of respect for Yelich. Again, Yelich has had a nice year. Here's the 3-0. That'll be outside ball 4. 4-pitch walk. I don't know if that was the plan, but Yelich, of course, will take advantage. And, of course, he is a threat on the base paths with 15 stolen bases this year. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn batting .243, OPS of 714, 14 homers and 55 RBIs. I did forget to go over Yelich's stats, but I can tell you Vaughn is 3 for 11 in the series. Ray sets, rocks and fires, and that'll be in there for a called strike. Can't leapfrog the teams ahead of us. If we always lose when they lose, that is a fair point. That is a fair point. I wonder why the Pirates can never seem to move up. Well, it's probably because we keep losing. 0-1 count. Ray delivers. That'll be outside for ball 1. 15 minutes, 10 likes. Hey, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty darn good. Again, thank you guys so much for even clicking on the live stream. Again, super thank you if you're able to press that like button. 1-1 count. Ray sets and delivers. Vaughn hits this to center. PCA is under it and makes the catch. He's going to throw to first. Keeping Yelich on his toes, as Yelich is back in time, but very aggressive. All right, that'll bring up Anthony Ziegler. Ziegler's batting .213, OPS of 522, no homers and 3 RBIs on the season. Again, he just made his debut a month ago, so he's very, very green. Very green indeed. Here is the pitch, and that'll be in there for a called strike. 95 on the outside corner. 0-1 count to the rookie second baseman. Yelich has a small lead, kind of extending it a little bit now. 0-1. Ray rocks and fires, and that'll be outside for ball 1. I don't know if Seager's played much during the series. He's just 0 for 2 in the series. 1-1, Ray kicks and deals, and that'll be outside for ball 2. 95-mile-per-hour fastball, which is, again, pretty solid until you compare it to Mizorowski. That's Mizorowski's slider. 2-1 count. Ray checks over. He's actually going to throw over, and Yelich is back safe and sound for now. So 2-1 count again for Anthony Ziegler. Ray comes to a set and fires. That'll be outside ball 3. Ray looks pretty I guess annoyed. I don't know if he's annoyed with the umpire. I mean, these pitches really aren't close. I'd probably say he's more annoyed with himself. 3-1 to Ziegler. And either, I don't know if he called for time or Ray called for time, but no one's where they need to be. Again, 3-1 count, 1 out. Man on first. 0-0 as we're just now starting here in Chicago. Top of the second. Ray, pickoff attempt. That was close. But no cigar. All right, Ray back on the mound. Ray comes to a set. And delivers. And that'll be outside ball 4. Back-to-back walks. And again, this is very interesting because Ray looks so good. So good. Started off with 2 strikeouts with Frelick and Collins. And yeah, the pitching coach is actually having a little chat with him. He's like, hey, what the heck's going on? Bryce Trang will be the batter. He's batting .279, OPS of 758, 13 homers, and 61 RBIs. Again, there's a mound visit, so bear with me, folks. Again, feel free to press that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're just a sports fan in general. Of course, I do mostly Pittsburgh games. You probably would have been able to assume that. But as evidenced by tonight's game, I will be bouncing around, especially for teams that are, probably going to be in the playoffs or fighting for playoff positioning. And, of course, I will actually be back for the final game of the series, Game 5, tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm going to only work a half a day tomorrow in the morning, so I will be good to call Game 5. So definitely subscribe, so that way I come up on your feed. You don't have to search it. You will not have to search the game. Ray looks back, rocks and fires, and that'll be inside for ball 1. Jay King, how's it going? Hey, everyone. Rooting for the Crew in this one. My Reds can't catch the Brewers, but the Cubs are still in reach for the Reds. Well, thank you for stopping on by, Jay. Appreciate you. As Ray sets. Looks back at second and delivers. And that'll be in there for a called strike. Breaking ball below. Or below, not below, but low in the zone. Chicago, what do you say that this guy? RFK trolling the Cubs. For some reason. He's a Cardinals fan. Here's the 1-1. That's going to be low for ball 2. I elected to not do Rockies White Sox. Is that actually a series? Is that actually happening now? Did I say that earlier and I already forgot? 2-1 counts. Ray delivers. That's going to be hit to the left, and that is foul. Two and 2 counts for Bryce Trang. Drafted in the first round in 2018. Here is the 2-2. That'll be way inside ball 3. So again, the base runners here on first and second both getting on because of a walk, not because of what they've done with the bat. So Ray just one more pitch away from a walk, a third walk. Here's the 3-2. That is outside ball 4. And he has walked the bases loaded. Wow. Back-to-back walks. And again, 3 walks this inning. That'll bring up Blake Perkins. Perkins is batting .247, OPS of 754, 3 homers and 9 RBIs. Perkins, it's 0 for 5. 0 for 5 with a walk in the series. Marcus, oh, okay. I thought you. My bad. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that is going to be foul. Foul ball for Perkins. Hasn't played too much this year, but it's done all right when he has. Again, an OPS of 754. Might not sound that great, but, when you're a Pirates fan, you don't really see numbers beginning with 7 as far as OPS is concerned. 0-1, here's the pitch. And that'll be outside for ball 1. Ray comes to a set on the 1-1. Rocks and fires, and that'll be outside for ball 2. Ray again started off the game with back-to-back strikeouts. So it's looking like, okay, Ray's on it, but Again, 3 walks this inning, bases loaded, 1 out. Here is the 2-1. And that'll be in there for a called strike on the inside corner. Good pitch. Good pitch. Of course, Perkins just going to, I don't blame him. He's just taking everything. He can't find the strike zone, but it's 2-2. Ray comes to a set and delivers. That'll be inside for ball 3. Full count. Bases loaded, 1 out, top of the second, 0-0. Brewers threatening to strike first. Ray delivers. Chopper to second. Horner's just going to throw it to first. Could not turn the double play. It's going to take the easy out. The Brewers strike first, 1-0, with runners on second and third. That'll bring up Joey Ortiz. He's batting .233, OPS of 614, 7 homers, and 43 RBIs. Now, again, he might not be the best guy at the plate, but I've seen him make some really good plays for the Brewers this year at short. In the few games I've covered for him, he's played really good on defense. Here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up. That's why I was praising his defense, as Swanson is under it to make the catch for out number 3. The Brewers strike first without recording a hit. We head to the bottom of the second. The Brewers up 1-0 over the Cubbies. Perkins had broken. Oh, that's really. I did not know that. That's tough. All right, well, Jay and RFK argue for some reason. I'll say hi to Jacob. How's it going? How is it going, Jacob? Thank you for stopping by. Again, Jacob, I'll be doing the Steelers game tomorrow. Of course, again, I'll be doing Cubs and Brewers game 5 tomorrow afternoon as well. And how's it going, Trisk? Yes, yeah, we got a good one tonight. So, and it's all good, Jacob. Again, I'm just entertainment. You can turn off at any time. Again, thank you guys for even clicking on the live stream. Make sure to hit that like button. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. And a super thank you if you're able to subscribe to the channel. Definitely thank you very much. And I know this is going to sound weird, but this break was actually sponsored by Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans is apparently she paid for the sponsorship tier. I did not realize that until after the first game. So, again, thank you very much, Coffee Beans, for sponsoring the breaks. You'll get a few shout-outs for a few breaks if you do that. Again, thank you guys so much, again, for just clicking on the live stream. And, of course, I will be doing some NL postseason, so definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Marlins leading over the Cardinals 5-2. Nationals over the Mets 5-4. The Mets are coming back a little bit. Braves leading the White Sox 1-0. Yankees over the Rays 1-0. A's over the Twins 2-0. Royals over the Rangers 3-1. The Pirates defeated the Blue Jays 2-1. Phillies over the Mariners 11-2. Tigers over the Astros 7-2. And the Diamondbacks over the Indians 3-2 in extras. Due up for the Cubs is Kerr, Armstrong, Kelly, and Horner, as we are back indeed in Chicago, where the Brewers lead 1-0. Mizorowski sets and fires. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. PCA's batting .259, OPS of .815, 27 homers, and 79 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. PCI couldn't tell you what he did the 18th, but I can tell you he's 2 for 8. He went 2 for 8 yesterday in both games. Well, in both games combined, pardon me. 0-2 count, Mizorowski from the stretch. And fires. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. Can't believe the Pirates are only 20 games below 500. I know, right? We're practically right there. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be hits, and that's going to be a foul ball. See, the Bucks are bringing up a hot. Yes, Bubba Chandler. Yes, he will be up very soon. Love to see him start a game. I don't know. They're supposed to. It's what they say. They're supposed to start him out in the pen. So I don't know. I like to see him as a starter. 1-2 count. Mizorowski kicks and deals. Ground ball to second. Terang throws to first for out number 1. All right, one away here in the bottom of the second. That'll bring up Carson Kelly. Carson Kelly batting .265, OPS of .815, 13 homers and 40 RBIs. He is 1 for 7 in the series with a walk. Mizorowski kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that'll be a foul ball. Pitching helps the Pirates a lot to win some games, unlike the Rockies and White Sox. I mean, yeah, but we can't hit. That's our problem. The Pirates, I feel like the Pirates have always been able to be, at least at worst case scenario, we're okay at pitching overall, but we've never really been a good hitting team. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Even when we were in the playoffs about a decade ago, like our offense was still maybe like average at best, maybe above average, maybe. You know, it was never elite. Count is 0-2 to Kelly. Mizorowski rocks and fires. Oh. Wow. Okay, they called strike 3. I was going to say that was in the zone, and he didn't call it, but that was such a delay. A delay on Dr. Delay. The umpire just kind of froze. I mean, that was clearly in the zone, but, I mean, the umpire took about an hour to make the call, and that'll bring up Nico Horner. He's batting .291, OPS of .715, 4 homers, and 49 RBIs. Whoa, .815 OPS. When was the last time the Pirate had that? I mean, I honestly, it'd probably be Brian Reynolds a few years ago. I mean, oh, man, it's been a while. Mizorowski sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to the right, and that is going to be foul. No, you're good, Jay. No, I mean, the Pirates have struggled at the plate for the last forever. 0-1 count. Mizorowski comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be a grounder to first. It's going to toss to Mizorowski, covering the bag for out number 3. All right, the Cubs. Nothing doing there for them. We head to the top of the third, where the Brewers lead 1-0 over the Cubbies. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Thank you for clicking this live stream. I do appreciate it. Definitely make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button. The button looks like my thumb. So make sure to hit that button. Lets YouTube know that, hey, this guy's doing okay. So we got to promote him despite the low sub count. And again, feel free to subscribe if you're a sports fan. I think this will be a good channel for you. Again, it's mostly Pirates, but again, I'll be doing the postseason. So make sure to subscribe so you get every single game I call. Of course, again, you can probably see that I've done mostly NL teams, and I really couldn't tell you why. It's just the way it's worked out. Obviously, again, Pirates are the primary. You know, they're the team I'll be doing, but the Pirates probably won't be making the playoffs. And you can leave out the probably. So I'll be seeing you two there, hopefully, if you guys subscribe to the channel. And, of course, I'll be returning tomorrow afternoon. I only work a half day tomorrow, so I'll be able to be home in time for Game 5 of this epic series between the Brewers and the Cubs. And, of course, if you're a football fan, I'll be doing Steelers-Panthers. And, of course, I'm a Steelers fan, so you can pretty much bet that I'll be doing every Steelers game. Due up for the Brewers will be Frelick, Collins, and Contreras, as both teams have no hits. No hits in this one, but the Brewers were able to get a run in the second because Ray decided to walk everybody. I don't think Paul Skeens likes pitching to Brewers. Oh, no, Becky, you are correct. Paul Skeens has, in both games I saw him pitch against the Brewers, he struggled. So you are correct. There's no falsehood there. I always thought it was a crime that McCutchen left the Pirates. He could have really helped him. I mean, we traded him. It wasn't really his fault. I mean, we traded him for Brian Reynolds, who ended up being like the bright spot for a few years. Here is the pitch to Frelick. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So in the end, McCutchen, again, coming back, and it's okay. Again, we got Brian Reynolds for him, so that it really worked out pretty good. 0-1, here's the pitch, and that'll be inside, but it's called a strike, and Frelick shaking his head. Shaking his head like I was. Frelick again batting .297, OPS of .775, 9 homers and 49 RBIs. Frelick steps back in, 0-2 count. Ray comes to a set from the stretch, and that'll be inside ball one. Both these starting pitchers, they start off from the stretch. I find that very interesting. Very interesting indeed. 1-2. And that'll be outside for ball 2, 94 on the radar gun. My gosh. Oh, pardon me. I got to get the voice going for football. I'll be doing 2 games every Sunday, so I got to get the voice going. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit to right center. PCA jogging on over and makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Isaac Collins. He's 0 for 1, batting .279, OPS of .810, 8 homers and 41 RBIs on the season. Ray sets, rocks and fires, chopper to second, Horner tosses to first for out number 2. So back-to-back pitches end up being outs, and that'll bring up William Contreras. It's batting .260, OPS of .752, 13 homers, and 61 RBIs on the season as Ray delivers. And that'll be in there for a called strike. 87, practically right down the middle. Count is 0-1. Ray delivers. That'll be hit to right, but that is caught by Casey for out number 3. Very quickly, the Brewers go down, so we head to the bottom of the third. Brewers still lead 1-0. I'll be here till 8:38 Central Time. Have to watch the Reds beat the Angels for the 12th time in a row. It is amazing how they have their number. That is pretty impressive. Considering baseball is probably one of the most random sports when it comes to wins and losses. That is a wow. Well, hey, that's no problem. Again, thank you for even sticking on by. And thank you all, of course, for, again, clicking on the live stream. Make sure to leave a like, hit that like button, and definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Again, a lot of play-by-play. Of course, once baseball season is over, I'll be fully focusing on the NFL and college football. But, of course, for now, I'll be doing a lot of baseball, and, of course, I'll still be doing football on weekends. And, if the World Series game, happens to be on a Saturday night or Sunday night, I'm probably going to be doing, I don't know. The numbers have been very kind to me lately. So, it may be some more baseball, especially, again, if these teams here, the Brewers fan base has pretty much been very, very kind to me. So, I don't know. I might be picking some Brewers over some Sunday night football games. That's probably what's going to be best for me anyway. You'll continue to lurk. Thank you, Draven, for the lurk. He is an OG. That's why he has a blue wrench there. Appreciate you as always. Doing it for the Cubs is going to be Casey, Swanson, and Shaw. Again, nobody has a hit in this game. Nobody. But again, the Brewers were able to send one in because Ray was able to walk pretty much the bases loaded, and then a ground ball to second. He was able to get a run in. Owen Casey is going to be up. He is the young rookie, just made his debut a week ago. Batting .286, OPS of .786, 1 home run and 4 RBIs on the season. Of course, only 14 at-bats. As here is Casey. Mizrowski delivers. That'll be inside ball 1. 1-0 to the young rookie Owen Casey, 23 years old from Ontario, Canada. 1-0 count. Mizrowski delivers. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Mizrowski comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That was a changeup, so he was way out in front. 1-2 count. You made it. There we go. Captain's meeting for bowling league. Oh, wow. Okay. Hey, you know what? I love to get in a bowling league. I'm just not good. Here's the 1-2. That'll be. Oh, I thought it'd be called strike 3, but not getting the call there as it did catch the corner, inside corner, low corner. 2-2 count. Mizorowski comes to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to the left, and that is a foul ball. Dr. DeLay inching towards 600. If you're watching and not subscribed, help him get there. It'd be nice again if you can. That would be a pretty crazy jump if I went to 600 tonight. That'd be awesome, though. Again, thank you guys for even, staying with me here. 2-2 count. Mizorowski kicks and fires. That'll be way outside for ball 3, 92. I guess that was the changeup, but that was in the other batter's box. Doctor, do you know the singer's Travis Tritt? I have never heard of him, Draven. I'm sorry. 3-2. Mizorowski delivers. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 4. So Casey, that's his first walk in his MLB career. That'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's batting .249, OPS of .703, 18 homers and 57 RBIs. He once bowled a 198, never got 200. Oof. I've gotten in the 170s. I may have touched 180. I just can't remember. I know I've hit bowled a 178. Here is the pitch. That'll be outside as Contreras fakes the throw to first. Keeping Casey honest over there. I really don't know much about Casey, so I couldn't tell you if he's a speedster or anything. But again, they're going to keep an eye on him, so he might have something. Of course, he's young. That always helps. 1-0. Mizorowski delivers. That'll be outside for ball 2. Two and 0 count to Swanson. Again, runner on first, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. The Brewers leading 1-0. Mizorowski delivers. Oh, did he hit him? The ball got away. I don't know what happened. Regardless, Casey's going to be at second if it was a pass ball or it hit him. And it did not. Swanson's saying it did not. Wow, that was as close as can be. So the count is 3-0. Again, almost plunked him in the head, but he was able to get out of the way. I thought it hit him. Anthony, how's it going? I'm doing great. How are you doing? Got a good battle here tonight. Everyone check out Anthony Merkovich for all your viral short-form content. I mean, he is a rising superstar. Over 15,000 subscribers already. It's just a month ago. Where he had like 1,000 or 2. I mean, that's a rapid growth. Here is the 3-0. That'll be upstairs, ball 4. And this is going to be kind of what Ray went through in the second inning. 2 walks here. Again, the Cubs just being handed base runners. By the way, Casey didn't go to second on that, so he just now went to second because of the walk. So Matt Shaw's going to be at the plate. Another rookie. He's batting .227, OPS of .691, 10 homers and 32 RBIs. As Shaw is just standing there. I don't know what's going on. It's craziness. Doing all right, hanging in there, yeah. Not much speed for Casey. Probably wouldn't try for third. Okay. All right, Mizorowski looks back at Casey. Showing bunt. Oh! And it pops it up, and that's going to be a foul ball into the crowd as he was pitching high and in, and I don't think Shaw wants to do that again. I don't think he'd want to do that. It was 100 miles per hour. I would be like, you know what? I'm just saying. If they had me do it, I wouldn't do it. Here is the 0-1 from Mizorowski. Kicks and fires. That'll be inside for ball 1. Always working? Oh, yeah, man. I'm trying, I only work part-time, at my job, so, I have a lot of time, so I'd be foolish to not use it. 1-1 count, here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 2. I got to go all in on this if I have any success, so. But I appreciate it. Thank you, James. That really does mean a lot. That really does. 2-1 count. Again, runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Mizorowski sets and fires. And showing bunt, and he pops it up. And once again, that's going about 15 rows back, and that's a bunt. So it's safe to say Shaw is nervous. I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, it's 100 miles an hour, about a foot from your face. 2-2 count. Mizorowski comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Yeah, thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. The grind is starting to pay off a little bit. Starting to pay off. Again, I was at 30 subscribers when I started on opening day. It was, it was fun. It's been fun. To many more. 2-2 count. Mizorowski comes to a set. Kicks and deals. Checked his swing. Did not go. It's ball 3. 3-2 count to Matt Shaw here, the rookie third baseman. What's the craziest play you've seen? Oh, Draven, that's a good question. I don't know. Honestly, there's so much. 3-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up. And that is getting out of play. Draven, that's a good question. I'd have to really think about that. There's been so many games. Of course, in real life, I mean, shoot, when I'm doing the local high school football games, I mean, those are pretty fun as well. A lot of wildness, of course. 3-2 count to Shaw as Mizorowski gets back on the mound. Shaw stepping back into the plate. It's a big pitch. It's a big at-bat here. Cubs fans standing there loud and proud. 3-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up, foul ball. I tried to build it up there, folks. I tried. Shared your channel with about 30 people I know who love baseball. Oh, that'll be awesome. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Once again, it's a full count, 3-2. Bases. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch. That's going to be poked at and fouled back. So we'll do this again as Shaw's getting a nice standing ovation here for the fight he has shown. This is going to be the 10th pitch of the at-bat. That was a 96-mile-per-hour slider. That is amazing. 3-2. That's going to be fouled back as Mizorowski can't believe it. And he's kind of smiling now. He can't believe it at all. Jeez. Nice to see that he's smiling and appreciating the fight. Again, Shaw forced a bunt at the beginning of the at-bat. Almost got hit, of course, and then his bunts were going into the crowd. That's how, clearly not a good bunter. But really, who is when you're seeing 101? Once again, the 3-2. Rocks and fires. Almost hit him. Ball 4. And he has walked the bases loaded. And the Cubs faithful are giving him a nice round of applause. That'll bring up Michael Busch. He's batting .257, OPS of .831, 24 homers and 70 RBIs. The bases are loaded. I just want to make this clear, everyone that's just tuning in. The bases have been loaded twice in this game, and yet there's no hits. No one has recorded a single hit. We're here in the bottom of the third. It's already happened twice. So in high school, I tipped the football at right end, and my best friend caught the puck, and that was the only interception. Oh, wow. That's cool. This does not look good for the Brewer Crew. It does not. It does not. I think they would trade, of course, a run for a double play. They will gladly take the double play here. Again, Michael Busch. Everyone is 0 for 1, or has no plate appearances because you've either walked or you've been out. But he is 0 for 1, batting .257, OPS of .831, 24 homers and 70 RBIs on the year. Here is the pitch. And that'll be in there, but it's not called a strike, and Contreras can't believe it. That does not help the Miz out at all. Mizorowski sets, rocks and fires. And that'll be outside, ball 2. Breaking ball, just nowhere close. As it's 2-0 to Michael Busch. Two and 0 count. Mizorowski delivers. That's low for ball 3. Mizorowski has walked the bases loaded and is in danger of walking in a run. The Cubs fans are loud in my left ear right now. They are all standing in Wrigley. 3 balls, no strikes. Mizorowski delivers right down the middle for a called strike. Mizorowski and Contreras, there's some communication issues apparently. They're just having a 3-1 count. Mizorowski sets and fires. That's going to be poked to left center, and that's going to get down for a base hit and possibly more. There's 1 run, 2 runs. Left fielder throws it in, and there is the 3rd run. The Cubbies have taken the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Michael Busch with the 3 RBI double. The Cubs lead 3-1 with still nobody out in the bottom of the 3rd. That will bring up Ian Happ. He's batting .230, OPS of .715, 16 homers, and 56 RBIs. And just taking the fastball the opposite way, driving it into the gap. That'll clear the bases every single time. Here's the pitch. That is going to be a foul tip. So it's strike 1. Looks like Mizorowski has found the strike zone. Matt McDougall. Come on, Cubs. He's liking what he's hearing. And it looks like the Brewers will have somebody up in the bullpen. Here's the 0-1. Chopper to second. Terang throws to first for out number 1. Does move Busch, though, to 3rd. So, again, another run just potentially 90 feet away. That will bring up Seiya Suzuki. He's batting .246, OPS of .809, 27 homers and 86 RBIs. As Ryan Cascarelli has entered the chat, Dr. Delay, that's what he calls me. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Good to see you, Ryan. I don't know if I should call you an IRL friend because we've never met, and yet I've actually spoken to you many times. I don't know. It's interesting. 0-1 count. Mizorowski rocks and fires. And that'll be in there for a called strike. Come on, Brewers. Use your magic to shut this down. It's maybe. I don't know. The Brewers. It's really Mizorowski. Again, he's struggled to find the strike zone, but seemingly found it now. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be a check swing. Called strike 3. Seiya can't believe it. I think it did catch the zone, but honestly, with how wild he's been, I don't blame him. Yeah, it looks like it did catch the zone. And yep, there it is. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. He's batting .258, OPS of .814, 27 homers and 79 RBIs. Got a runner on 3rd, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be poked back and fouled back. Again, he's 0 for 1 today. Mizorowski sets, rocks and fires. That'll be in the dirt for ball one. Count is 1-1 to Pete Crow Armstrong. Again, a runner on third. 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. The Cubs have taken the lead 3-1. Count is even 1-1. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 100 upstairs out of the zone. Crow Armstrong took a nice rip at it, but could not make contact. Count is 1-2 to Crow Armstrong, batting cleanup. I'm assuming Crow Armstrong stepped out because, yeah, okay, there he is. He's stepping back in. 1-2 count. Mizorowski from the stretch. Checked his swing. That is ball 2. That one, again, way upstairs. Count is 2-2. Mizorowski sets and delivers. That's going to be poked back and fouled back. So again, it's 2-2. Just Mizorowski, I don't know. It's been probably 30 pitches this inning, maybe a little bit more. Hopefully they show a pitch by inning or something like that. I like to see that. 2-2 counts. Mizorowski kicks and delivers. That is way outside for ball 3. So it seemingly found the strike zone, but now has lost the strike zone. On deck is the catcher, Carson Kelly. Count is full. Mizorowski sets. Rocks and fires. Chopper, foul. Way out in front with the changeup there. And again, we're just long at bats this inning. I'm sure the Cubs fans don't mind at all. 3-1 is your score in Chicago. Game 4 of this series. Mizorowski sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Mizorowski showing a lot of emotion there as, again, the Cubs take the lead. 3-1 is your score. All this, of course, because of Michael Busch. 3-1 is your score as we head to the top of the fourth. Cubs leading over the Brewers. Again, only 1 hit in this entire game. 4 runs across and only 1 hit. Wow. Once again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Thank you very much. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button helps out this channel a lot. And make sure to subscribe as well. Hey, if you're just a sports fan, this is a good channel for you. I know it's mostly Pittsburgh, but if you were to double check what you clicked on, you'll see that there's no Pittsburgh game tonight. So again, I do bounce around, and of course, I'll be doing the NL postseason, specifically the NL, because again, I've done mostly the NL in the regular season, so I may as well just continue that in the playoffs. Of course, I might just do an AL game, if I just happen to not be able to do an NL game that night. I don't know. It really just depends. But yeah, I appreciate you again for clicking on the live stream, and I do appreciate you guys for letting me be the voice for this one. Again, feel free to subscribe. We got a lot of baseball, lots of football, especially football coming up very, very soon. Again, the Marlins over the leading the Cardinals 5-2. Nationals leading the Mets 5-4. Braves they lead the White Sox 1-0. Yankees, a perfect game in Tampa Bay. The Yankees pitcher leading 2-0. Couldn't tell you who it is. A's and the Twins 2-2. Royals leading the Rangers 3-2. Dodgers and Rockies tied at 0 apiece. Pirates over the Blue Jays today 2-1. Phillies over the Mariners 11-2. Tigers over the Astros 7-2. And the Diamondbacks over the Indians 3-2. Doing it for the Brewers is Yelich, Vaughn, and Siegler. As we're still in commercial breaks. I don't know what is going on now. All right, there we go. Here is the pitch showing bunt, pulls back, ball 1. This is, again, Christian Yelich. He walked earlier and came across to score. Mrs. Cooked, yeah, no, he, not a good night. Here is the 1-0. And that'll be in there for a called strike. Yelich is batting .265, OPS of .812, 26 homers and 87 RBIs. 1-1 count. Ray kicks and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike. Breaking ball in the outside corner. Milwaukee, let's not start sucking again. Oof. Well, something we actually talked about in the Brewers games. Here's the 1-2. That'll be inside. That'll be inside for ball 2. When the Brewers played the Pirates, I did a Brewers-Reds game. Talked about, did the Brewers peak too early? That was the question. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be hit foul. A lot of Brewers fans, and even maybe you, and I can't remember. I do remember your name. Said that, yeah, no, that was a real concern. That was a real concern with the Brewers peaking too early. 2-2 count. Ray delivers. Ground ball up the middle. Swanson has it. Throws to first for out number 1. One away for the Brewers. That'll bring up Andrew Vaughn, the first baseman tonight for the Brewers. He's batting .242, OPS of .713, 14 homers and 55 RBIs. Ever since his injury, he's been bad. That's not good. Ray from the stretch. That's in there for strike 1. Brewers mojo wore off. The Cubs been having their way with them. The Cubs look pretty good. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside for ball 1. 93 on the fastball. Last game we played against Skeens was great. And I was like, oh, you're at that game. Wow. Yeah, Skeens has trouble with the Brew Crew. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Swanson not able to get there in time. So a 1-out single for Vaughn. That's the first hit of the game again for the Brewers. Only 1 hit apiece for each team, and yet 4 runs have come across. That'll bring up Anthony Siegler, batting .213, OPS of .534, no homers, and 3 RBIs on the year. As Ray sets and fires. That's right down the middle for a called strike. Siegler walked in his first appearance. As much as this pains me to say, the Cubs are a pretty good team. They are. The NL Central has some solid teams. Here's the pitch. Siegler sends this to center. Kerr Armstrong makes the catch for out number 2. The Cubs have been very good pretty much the entire year. They weren't playing bad baseball in August, but the Brewers were just playing amazing. And I think that's what makes it look even worse than it really should be, as far as like the games behind and everything like that. That'll bring up Bryce Turang, batting .279, OPS of .759, 13 homers and 61 RBIs. Ray from the stretch. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 1. One and 0 count. Ray rocks and fires. Checked his swing. That is low. It's low for ball 2. Again, Turang walked in his first appearance. .14-0. Yeah, that was not a great game. Here's the 2-0. That's in there for a called strike at the knees. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be poked to the left, and that is a foul ball. So on a base right now, yes, Vaughn walked. Or no, he didn't walk. He hit a base hit up the middle. So there's a runner on first. 2 outs, 2-2 count. Ray sets, kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to the left. And that will just go foul. Once again, a 2-2 count. Ray's at 59 pitches. despite the rough second inning, it's honestly not too bad. 59 pitches, and potentially one strike away from getting through 4 frames. That's not too bad at all. Averaging 15 an inning. Count is 2-2. Ray comes to a set. Delivers. Turang hits this to right. Casey leaps, can't make the grab. As looks like Vaughn's going to be held up at third. So Turang with a 2-out double. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position as Casey again tried to make the play. But no, that one just hitting the warning track and, of course, bouncing off the ivy. Casey was able to get on it pretty quickly, which is why, again, Vaughn couldn't go home. All right, that'll bring up Blake Perkins. He's batting .244, OPS of .746, 3 homers and 10 RBIs. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. Brewers with a chance. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Anyone know if Vaughn is related to Greg Vaughn and playing on the Brewers? I would not know. I can check after this inning. There's a little spot on the page here that'll quickly tell me. It was not a home run. No, 0-1 counts to Perkins. Ray delivers. That's in there for a called strike. Perkins can't believe it, but no, that one was in the zone. 0-2 count. Ray rocks, sets. Looks back at second, kicks and deals. That is way upstairs. Nice snag by Kelly. As it's 1-2. Ray rocks and fires. That'll be breaking ball low for ball 2. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 men on. Cubs leading by 2, so you can say the 2s are wild. Deuce is wild. 3-1 is your score here in the top of the 4th. Ray comes to a set and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out 88 out of the zone. Perkins chased. So they strand 2 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Cubs still lead 3-1 over the Brew Crew. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for even clicking on the live stream. Definitely helps out this little channel a lot. Again, feel free to leave a like. As Butterfly, thank you for stopping on by. 33 likes. That is awesome. That is awesome. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to like it up, though. If we can try to get those likes up, definitely helps out this little channel. Again, I do appreciate you guys for just, again, clicking on the video. But again, feel free to subscribe, of course, if you're a sports fan. A lot of sports on the channel. In fact, that's what I do, play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. It's a sports channel. You know, a lot of baseball, of course, a lot of Pirates baseball, but, you know, I know they're, as much as I think they'll make the playoffs, LOL. I will be covering, of course, the NL postseason, so I will probably see you Brewers and Cubs there. So definitely subscribe, and this probably won't be the last time that you see this guy covering your team. In fact, I'll actually be coming back tomorrow afternoon. I'm only working a half day in the morning, so I'll be able to cover the Game 5 of the series, Brewers and the Cubs, so don't miss it. I got the call right here on this channel. Again, the Cubs lead 3-1 over the Brewers. Due up for the Cubs is Kelly, Horner, and Casey. That should be it. Again, that commercial break was brought to you by Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans bought the extra, the tier that's the second tier, and that is part of the tier. That is really the only thing in that tier is the commercial break. I'll be sure to do that. Shout out your name, pretty much. I'm not promoting that, by the way. I really don't want. I had to make 2 tiers. The other one's 99 cents. That's more. Yeah. Anyway, Kelly's going to be at the plate, batting .264, OPS of .813, 13 homers and 40 RBIs on the season. As Mizorowski sets and fires. That's going to be hit to center. Perkins is... No. The camera cuts to the right fielder, Frelick, who makes the catch round number 1. The camera, he was looking at the center fielder, and then all of a sudden you just see the camera aim to the right fielder. He had 600. Wow. We're approaching 600. That's awesome. Again, thank you guys so much. Again, it's free to subscribe. Nico Horner at the plate, batting .290, OPS of .713, 4 homers and 49 RBIs. Mizorowski delivers. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 counts. To Nico Horner. Mizorowski again still out there. Here's the 1-0. And that'll be upstairs ball 2. 121. Yeah, no, it's a pretty nice crowd tonight. Again, it's a big series. I'm surprised there's really not many other people covering it. 2-0 count. Mizorowski delivers. That'll be in there for a called strike. Fastball at 97, by the way. His velocity is it's dropped. I think that's one problem. I'm sure the Brewers fans can, that have watched him pitch can see that his velocity starts off really well. 100, 101 consistent, but then later in the innings or later in the game, his velocity drops really dramatically, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. That's just in the few games that I've watched him, but usually it's not like that, not that quickly. So 2-2 count for Nico Horner. Mizorowski rocks and fires. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Terang tosses to first for out number 2. Two outs for the Cubs. That'll bring up Owen Casey. Casey walked earlier. He's batting .286, OPS of .833, 1 homer in 14 at-bats this season. Mizorowski, he's at 72 pitches, Jay. He's at 72 pitches. As the Miz delivers, that'll be in there, but it's not called a strike. It's ball 1. 1-0 count to Casey. Mizorowski delivers. That is low for ball 2. Mizorowski delivers the 2-0, and that'll be outside ball 3. Mizorowski can't believe he's not getting the calls, but, some of these just aren't close. Count is 3-0. He delivers right down the middle for a called strike. 97 again on the fastball. Again, it's 3-1 count, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. The Cubs lead 3-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that is going to be foul. I'm not a fan of it, Jay. It's just all the analytics. I don't like it. It's ruined the game, in my opinion. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. So Mizorowski wins round 2 between the Miz and Casey as we head to the top of the 5th. Cubs still lead 3-1 over the Brewers. Yeah, but you're still. That's fair. Again, analytics has ruined baseball. It's ruined football. It's ruined basketball. So, not a fan. Not a fan of analytics. I thought I would be like one of those analytic guys. But no, I actually hate it. I actually cannot stand it. It's ruining the game. Ruining multiple games. Even soccer. I can't believe that. Hockey, I don't think it's impacted. Once again, folks, thank you very much for definitely tuning on in. Appreciate you guys even clicking on the live stream. Definitely helps out this little channel. Again, feel free to leave a like. Definitely helps it out a lot. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of sports. If you love sports, if you love baseball, If you love football, definitely subscribe to the channel. Plenty of baseball on this channel. I think this is my 113th game. I had the number earlier. I can't check it right now, but I'll check it a little bit later. Again, been doing this since opening day. Of course, it's a lot of Pirates. You might be able to see the black and yellow, black and gold, but of course, as you can see, there's some streams there that aren't black and yellow and black and golds because, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. Of course, I'm doing a lot of Pirates as of late because the Pirates won't be there in the postseason. But again, I'll be doing the postseason, and I'm very sure that these two teams will be there. So definitely subscribe for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. And again, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I'm only working half a day, so I will be able to cover the final game of this series between the Brewers and the Cubs. Due up for the Brewers, whenever we do return to action, is going to be Ortiz, Frelick, and Collins. Ortiz, it's at the plate as Ray is set and delivers, showing bunt, pulls back, ball one, just above the zone, 93 on the gun. Ortiz batting .232, OPS of .613, 7 homers, and 43 RBIs. 1-0 count to Ortiz. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Ortiz didn't like the call, and that was a 50-50. 1-1 count. Ray comes to a set and delivers. That'll be low for ball two. Brewers need to score some runs. They do. I was going to say hockey might be the only sport. I know, right? It's the only one. Oh, Pure Adrenaline. Hey, thank you very much for stopping on by. Here's the 2-1. That'll be in there for a called strike. Everyone, please check out Pure Adrenaline Sports. He is awesome. He covers the Mets and has definitely been a huge support of the channel, so please support him as well. Again, he covers the Mets. I guess he'll be covering the Jets as well for football season. It's going to be fun. 2-2 count. Ray kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper, and that's going foul. And, of course, if the Mets make the playoffs, then, of course, one of these teams I'm sure might play them. So, again, if you need a play-by-play guy for your team for the playoffs, definitely check out Pure Adrenaline Sports. He will, again, he'll be there. He'll be doing all the Mets games. 2-2, Ray. Wheels and deals. That's going to be a chopper to short. Swanson throws to first, gets him by a step for out number 1. All right, that'll bring up Sal Frelick. Frelick batting .297, OPS of .773, 9 homers, and 49 RBIs. Frelick is 0 for 2 on the day. Is PCA in the lineup? Yes, Hammer, he is. Hi, Birdwatcher. Hey, how's it going, Carl? Yes, Birdwatcher, he is so cool. He's so awesome. I would love to talk to him one day. Here's going to be the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Seems like a very interesting guy. And how's it going, Gina? Thank you guys for stopping on by. 0-1 count here. It's the Cubs and the Brewers. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside. That'll be inside for ball 1. Again, the Cubs lead 3-1 over the Brewers here in the top of the 5th. That is the situation. Here's the 1-1. That'll be upstairs for ball 2. Breaking ball just missed. Just missed. Let's go Cubs, says Leo. Yeah, no, the Cubs up. 2-1 counts. Ray. Wheels and deals showing bunt, and he missed. Strike 2, trying to get on. Again, not many hits tonight, despite the score, which, I mean, isn't really the highest score in the world. There's more runs than hits tonight. Cubs with only 1 hit with 3 runs. The Brewers with 2 with 1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Swanson not able to get there. So Frelick with a 1-out single here in the top of the 5th. That'll bring up Isaac Collins. He's batting .278, OPS of .808, 8 homers and 41 RBIs. Magic Man, thank you for stopping on by. Appreciate you. Really do. Again, this is Collins, 1 man on, 1 out. Ray is set and delivers. That'll be in there for a called strike. He's a live wire. I know, he is. Pure adrenaline. He did the redirect. He may have stepped away. I'm not too sure how the Mets game went. But I do appreciate the redirect, though. He is awesome. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be outside for ball 1. BW brightens up a rough season for the Birds, although we are playing better. Yeah, you guys are. I think you guys could finish above 500, or at 500 at least. 1-1 counts. Ray rocks and fires. That'll be outside for ball 2. Count is 2-1. Again, there's a runner on first here in the top of the 5th. 1 out. Collins at the plate. Ray sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That is a breaking ball way inside. Had him tied up. Redirect. Yes, it was a redirect. Pure Adrenaline sent his viewers here after his game. I don't even know how the Mets did. Do you do Pirates games? I do. I don't know what just happened. There's a little bit of a delay. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is going to be upstairs for ball 3. So a 3-2 count. Again with 1 out. But yeah, Carl, that's the main team I do. I'm a Pirates guy. Count is full. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside ball 4. So he's walked him. So Collins gets on, works the walk. That'll bring up William Contreras. He's batting .259, OPS of .751, 13 homers and 61 RBIs. And it looks like somebody's coming out of the dugout. I couldn't tell you who. I don't think it's the manager. As a Mets fan, I would rather play the Cubs than the Brewers. Interesting. Again, both these teams are really good. I don't know if I'd, you flip a coin, really, and it would probably be, I don't know. Again, the Brewers, obviously, they've been hot, but the Cubs, the Cubs can beat, both these teams really can beat anybody on any day. Good friend of yours is a Pirates fan. Awesome. Hey, thank you very much. Do you think the Brewers still have a chance? Of course they do. Appreciate you, of course, for commenting. But yeah, no, M. Caceres, I really apologize if I butcher that name. Caceres, could be Caceres. Maybe I'm making it more Hispanic than it needs to be. I don't know. As again, Contreras is at the plate. He's batting .259, OPS of .751, 13 homers and 61 RBIs. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Here is the pitch. Chopper, foul. Again, it's an 0-1 count here to William Contreras. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Runners on first and second. Cubs, of course, leading 3-1, but the Brewers are threatening. Again, this is what we kind of expected this series. Close, competitive games all series as Ray rocks and fires. That'll be just upstairs, apparently. That one was in the zone, but not according to the umpire, so it's 1-1. One and one count. Ray comes to his set. Looks back at second, kicks and deals. That'll be outside for ball 2. Again, Ray had a little bit of this in the second inning. Walked the bases loaded. And the Brewers were able to tack on a run. But then it was pretty good in the third and fourth. But all of a sudden, you're kind of seeing that location issue come again. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball to short. This could be good for the Cubs. There's one. Throws to first. Gets him by a step. It's a double play. Ray gets him with a double play. And you heard it here on Dr. Delay. We head to the bottom of the 5th. The Cubs lead 3-1 over the Brewers. That was huge. That was huge for Colin Ray there. Go Cubbies, Dr. Delay. You call it a great game. Thanks. Hey, appreciate it, James. Appreciate it. Again, this is what I do. This is what I've been doing since opening day. Of course, again, it's been mostly Pirates, but But again, if you're just a sports fan in general, that doesn't mean like, hey, you don't have to subscribe because you're not a Pirates fan. You can subscribe. Definitely helps me out, of course. But again, as you can see, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. It's not just a Pirates channel. So definitely subscribe. As again, I do a lot. It's a lot of Pirates. I'm not going to lie to you. If you see me do Pirates, well, yeah, I will be doing that. But again, I will bounce around. And of course, again, your team's very likely in the playoffs. And as we get closer, I'm going to be covering more of those teams because I need to familiarize myself, of course, with the playoff teams. I'll be doing some playoff baseball. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Again, thank you very much for even clicking on the live stream. Let's see here. Again, I heard the Mets lost, and that's it's a bummer. They lost 5-4 to the Nationals. Braves defeat the White Sox 1-0. Diamondbacks over the Indians 3-2. The Tigers over the Astros 7-2. Phillies over the Mariners 11-2. Pirates over the Blue Jays 2-1. I covered that earlier, of course. Currently happening, the Marlins over the Cardinals 6-2 in the top of the ninth. Yankees leading the Rays 2-0 in the bottom of the seventh. But the Rays have bases loaded with 2 outs. The A's and Twins are tied at 2 apiece in the top of the seventh. The Royals leading the Rangers 3-2 in the top of the sixth. And the Rockies leading the Dodgers 2-0 as they head to the fourth, but that probably won't last. New pitcher for the Brewers is going to be Nick Mears. Nick Mears is going to be taking over for Mizorowski. Mears, 4-3 record, 3.06 ERA, whip of a .91. Mizorowski finishes with 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 earned, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. As Swanson is coming to the plate, as he gets ready to face Mears. Again, 48 likes. Thank you very much. Again, hit that like button. Definitely helps out the channel a lot. You live near Williamsport, PA, but lived in Baltimore 25 years. Okay, I got you. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Shallow right, actually, as Vaughn, the first baseman, is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring up Matt Shaw. So batting .227, OPS of .690, 310 homers, and 32 RBIs. I myself was indeed, again, I was born in Pennsylvania, but I don't live there anymore. I was moved to Texas at the age of 8, so I had no say in the matter. You'll have to blame the parents. Here's the pitch. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. Of course, I like Texas. It's not like I don't like Texas at all, but can't claim to be a Pennsylvanian. Count is 1-0 to Matt Shaw. He walked in in his first appearance. Here's the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2 as Mears rolls his eyes. Again, I thought that caught the zone, but could have went either way. 2-0. Shaw delivers right down the middle for strike 1, 96. Rockies are 6-4 in their last 10. Never say never. I know. Baseball, anything could happen on any given day. A lot of Blue Jays fans earlier when I was covering the Pirates game, they were very upset with their team. And I was telling them, like, baseball, it happens. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be hit to center. Perkins at the warning track, making the catch for out number 2. All right, 2 away for the Cubs, and that'll bring up Michael Busch. He's batting .259, OPS of .836, 24 homers, and 73 RBIs on the season. The very wise parents. Yeah, no, my parents are awesome. Rising Rhino, how's it going? Rhino Nation. Rhino Nation in the house. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Everyone, make sure to check out Rising Rhino. He has been a huge supporter of the channel, and he's got you covered for all your football needs. So, again, football season right around the corner. Make sure to subscribe to Rising Rhino right now. Just do it. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. Let's go ahead and click on his name, subscribe, and come back. It'll take you 5 seconds, I promise. See that Big Ben? Yeah, I'm a huge Steelers fan. I love the Steelers. 1-1 count. Mears kicks and fires. That'll be in there for a called strike. 1-2 counts to Michael Busch. Mears sets. Wheels and deals. Called strike 3 right down the middle. Checked his swing. I don't know if he didn't like the location of it, but you really can't put it in a better spot for a hitter. As we head to the top of the 6th, the Cubs lead the Brewers 3-1 in this one. The Pirates fan have shown up. I mean, yeah, the one Pirates fan, right? Yeah. The one Pirates fan. Yeah, no. I do appreciate you guys again for clicking on the live stream. Again, make sure to press that like button and subscribe to the channel for all, of course, your play-by-play needs. Again, I'll be doing a lot of baseball in the postseason, so definitely subscribe to the channel. And that's pretty much it. Again, I'll also be doing a lot of football. You can probably see the Steelers jersey there. And, of course, I'll be doing at least 2 games every single NFL Sunday. I know, of course, not everybody's a Steelers fan. So I will be having the subscribers of this channel vote on that second game after the Steelers game. Of course, there'll be another game. You know, there's always 2 windows, the early window and the afternoon window. And the subscribers of this channel will vote on the afternoon window every single week. Of course, if the Steelers play in the afternoon, then you'll vote for the early window. So definitely subscribe for that. Polls will, of course, start with week 1 on September 1st. That'll be the Monday of that week. So definitely subscribe, and you'll have a lot of say on the football games I do on this channel. Oh, you're a Ravens fan? Well, hey, I'll definitely see the Ravens at least twice. I can confirm that. So you don't have to worry about the voting and the polls there. But I do appreciate you again for definitely stopping on by. Win or lose the series, Milwaukee will make some noise. I agree. Again, both these teams, I think, can definitely play in the NLCS. Both these teams have that capability. My pick, though, I'm still thinking the Phillies are the team. I know, again, both these teams here tonight have been playing very well, but I'm still leaning Phillies. But again, it wouldn't shock me if these guys were to knock out the Phillies or the Dodgers or anybody. Again, both these teams can beat anybody in a 5 or 7 game series. Here's the pitch to Yelich. That'll be in there for a called strike. Yelich is batting .265, OPS of .810, 26 homers and 87 RBIs. Yelich is 0 for 1 with a walk tonight. Here's the 0-1. That'll be inside for ball 1. One and 1 counts for the DH Christian Yelich. Ray sets. Rocks and fires. That'll be outside for ball 2. Joe, how's it going? Thanks for doing this game. A bunch of my friends are there, and I'm out here working. I subscribe to listen to other games too. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you. I really do. That's awesome. Hey, this is what I do. Here's the 2-1. That'll be outside ball 3. I recognize, again, a lot of people might not be able to listen to the game at the moment. They're either working or at work or, working around the house. So that's where I come in handy. So you can just put me down, put me whatever you're doing. If you're washing dishes or doing laundry, folding clothes, hey, just put me on. Here's the 3-1. That'll be outside ball 4. So Yelich drawing the walk. That's his second walk of the game. You're a Delay fan. Yeah, that's funny. Here's the pitcher. It's Colin Ray. Colin Ray's the pitcher here. He's still out there. Andrew Vaughn coming to the plate. He's batting .244, OPS of .716, 14 homers and 55 RBIs on the season. All right, Ray sets and delivers, and that'll be in there for a called strike. Ray at 92 pitches, so again, I don't know how much longer he'll go, but I don't think it'll be too much longer. Definitely no 7th inning for sure. That'll be inside. Almost hit him for ball 1. Count is 1-1. Andrew Vaughn, he's 1 for 2 on the night. Again, runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. The Cubs leads 3-1. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. And Horner making the catch for out number 1. Had to make a huge run as he high-fives PCA. That'll bring up Anthony Siegler. He's batting .208, OPS of .524, no homers and 3 RBIs on the year. Trisk rooting for the Brewers. Trisk does not like the Brewers. He hates the Brewers, and yet here he is pulling for the Brewers. Here is the pitch. That'll be outside for ball 1. Vaughn needs to clobber one. Oof. Unfortunate, did not happen. 1-0 count. Ray sets. Rocks and fire. Showing bunt. It's down. The third base line. Shaw throws to first. What a play by Shaw. Coming in full speed, barehanding it, and throwing to first to beat him by a step. Oh, that was an amazing play. Looks like Cabrian Hayes over there. Oh, my goodness. That was a great play by the rookie third baseman Shaw, and that'll bring up Bryce Turang. Again, there's a runner at second. Bryce Turang batting .281, OPS of .765, 13 homers and 61 RBIs. That's actually going to do it for Ray. Ray is done as the Cubs fans give him a standing ovation. Oh, what a good game from Ray. Had some trouble, of course, scattered throughout in the second and fifth innings. But overall, he's only responsible for 1 earned. As of now, again, there's a runner on second. So let me go ahead and give you the final line. Not official, of course, due to that runner on second. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Again, a lot of walks, but he was able to get out of them. That's really the key there. Let's see. The Cubs are the Phillies West. Interesting. I could see that. My buddy asked to type Dr. Delay. Yeah, Dr. Delay, DRDELAY. In fact, there's no space. So no space. I know it's kind of weird that there's no space, but that's just the way it typed in. So I'm just going to leave it. Just going to leave it. No space. DRDELAY. Appreciate it. I really do. And again, folks, I appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Again, we are in a pitching change, so bear with me. But definitely leave a like, hit that like button, and definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. The new pitcher is going to be Caleb Thielbar. He is 3-3 on the season, an ERA of 2.18, whip of a .84. Last 7 appearances, though, a little bit about average, I would say, maybe a little bit above average. 3.60 ERA, whip of a 1.00. So it's been okay, not too shabby. Again, Turang is at the plate with 2 outs, a runner on second. Rhino, oh my goodness, thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. Delay is now monetized, so like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Make sure to definitely, again, check out the Rising Rhino Nation. If you're a football fan right now that's listening, subscribe to the channel right now, Rising Rhino. He is so good. He keeps it fun. He keeps it loose. And definitely appreciate him. We'll be hosting a show, actually, together very soon. So definitely subscribe to Rising Rhino. It takes a few seconds. It is free. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. And that's going to get through for a base hit. The right fielder has it. And the throw to the plate. Turang does not go home. That's interesting. I thought he would have been able to make it, but they held him up. Oh, wait, no. Timeout. He made it. Okay, so it's 3-2. Okay, that's what I thought. The Cubs broadcast did not show the home plate there. I'm sorry. I thought they were showing the guy standing. Okay, so it's 3-2. I apologize for that. I butchered that, but the Cubs broadcast didn't help me out. I might have to go to the Brewers just because of that. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside for ball 1. It's 3-2. I do apologize. Marquee Sports do better. Perkins batting .241, OPS of .737, 3 homers and 10 RBIs. Thielbar sets. Wheels and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike. He was going to check out. Thank you very much. 1-1 counts. Here to Blake Perkins. Perkins sees one inside for ball 2. Count is 2-1 here to Blake Perkins, and Perkins is 0 for 2 on the night. Thielbar is going to pick off, or attempt to pick off over there, but nothing doing. Again, Perkins at the plate. 0 for 2 on the night, looking for his first hit. Thielbar kicks and deals. That's a swing and a miss. Having trouble saying Thielbar for some reason. 2-2. 2-2, 2 outs. Thielbar sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be popped up, and that is foul. Once again, the Brewers were able to tack on another run this inning. 3-2, Cubs still lead. Brewers have a man at first. Thielbar delivers. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball struck him out. In fact, he was already walking off the mound before he even swung. Oh, my goodness. We head to the bottom of the sixth. The Cubs lead 3-2. Again, the Brewers tacking on a run here in the top of the sixth. I do appreciate it. Again, Trisk, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. New member. That's awesome. 99 cents. Yeah, no, I made it, again, pretty. I know how the economy is, so there's no reason to, charge a lot. But again, I appreciate it. That is awesome, Trisk. I do appreciate it. Again, the Cubs lead 3-2. Again, thank you guys so much for even clicking on this live stream. Again, I'm not the most popular YouTuber, and I do appreciate it for giving me a chance to call this game. And again, it's a great game. 3-2, Cubs lead between, again, two of the best teams, not just in the National League, but just in baseball in general. Of course, again, I'll be back tomorrow. So if you're already like, well, I don't want to sub. I don't want to, this will be the last game. No, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon. I only work a half day in the morning, and I'll be back for Game 5. Yes, a 5-game series between these two teams. And again, I'll be doing the postseason as well. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Of course, again, it's mostly Pirates. I'm not going to lie to you. You'll probably see me doing a lot of Pirates games as I enjoy the final moments of their 2025 season. But again, the postseason, I will be covering teams other than the Pirates because they won't be there. You're getting popular? I don't know about that. How many different baseball teams do you do? I mean, it's really, again, just the Pirates, but I do bounce around, Carl. It's hard to explain. I mean, if you just look at it, I mean, it's really, just a bunch of random teams. It's mostly the National League. It's mostly the National League. It's really just worked out that way. And I'm going to continue doing it. All right, new pitcher for the Brewers is Shelby Miller. Nick Mears only pitches an inning. Got a strikeout. Miller, 3-3, 2.63 ERA, whip of a 1.00. As his 2 appearances for the Brewers have went well. Here's the pitch. That's a swing and a miss and a ball in the dirt. Strike 1. Again, Ian Happ is 0 for 2. Oh, 0-1 count to Ian Happ. Switch hitter from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Miller delivers. That'll be outside for ball 1. I know your favorite team, the Reds. Good luck. Good luck over there. Have a great night. Jay, thank you, of course, for stopping on in. I appreciate it. Here's the pitch. That's going to be popped up, and that is a foul ball. Streamers get paid less than teachers. We got to change this guy. Oh, my goodness. I do not approve that message. I do not approve that message at all. 1-2 count. Miller rocks, sets, wheels and deals. That's going to be hit to second, popped up, and that's going to be caught for out number 1. Yes, I do not approve that message by any means. That'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki He's batting .246, OPS of 808, 27 homers and 86 RBIs on the season. Not all streamers, that is true. As here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Eric says, "Go Cubs, go." Will we hear that song at the end of this one? I don't know. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. Chopper. And that's going to go foul. 0-2 to Seiya Suzuki. Again, he's had a pretty good year. Already 27 homers. That just crushing his career high. Career high of 21, which was set last year. And, of course, he still has a month left to play. So he should crack 30. 0-2 count. Miller. Sets. Rocks and fires. That'll be in the dirt ball one. Brian says, "Let's go Brewers." Brewers down 3-2. Dr. DeLay was a substitute. Yeah, no, for a few days. That happened. Never again. Miller sets and delivers. That'll be upstairs for ball 2. As it's 2-2 to Seiya Suzuki. Miller delivers. That is going to be low for ball 3, 86 below the zone. Once again, 3-2 is the count. 3-2 is also the score. The Cubs, of course, leading. Bottom of the 6th, nobody on, 1 out. Miller rocks and fires. That'll be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Left fielder has it, and he's going to throw it in, as that took a Brewer bounce. I mean, that one was a hot shot down the left field line, but it was slicing, and it made a bounce pretty much right to the left fielder. So that's just a single. That'll bring up Pete Crow Armstrong. Crow Armstrong is batting .258, OPS of 812, 27 homers, and 79 RBIs on the season. Again, 1 out, 1 man on. If you can sub, you can do anything, I guess. That's going to be just outside for ball 1. I just wasn't a fan of how the schools are now heading. So I couldn't do it anymore. Just a few days. 1-0 counts. Miller looks over at first, rocks and fires, showing bunt, almost hits him. As Carl Armstrong had to do a little spinneroonie there to get out of the way. Again, Miller does not throw lightly by any means. He touches 100 consistently. 2-0 count. Miller delivers. That's in there for a called strike. Two and 1 to PCA. Miller kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that is going foul. Again, the Cubs up 2-1 in the series. Brewers, I imagine, at least want to tie to make it interesting for tomorrow. As Miller is going to ask for a new baseball. Didn't like that one. And the Cubs fans are letting him know. They're booing. They are booing loud. Once again, 2-2 count. 1 man on, 1 man out. Miller wheels and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, but Suzuki does take second. As that'll bring up Carson Kelly, who is 0 for 2, but again, a runner in scoring position. So the Cubs trying to double their lead here. Again, Carson Kelly batting .263, OPS of 810, 13 homers, and 40 RBIs. Miller delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. 0-1 count. Kelly has struck out and has flown out in this one. Miller sets. Looks back at second. Rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Took a little bit off there. 86 on the changeup. As Kelly does ask for time, and now he does step back in. Oh and 2 Miller sets. Looks back at second. Wheels and deals. Called strike three. Kelly was frozen. He struck him out. Nothing doing there for the Cubs. So we head to the top of the seventh. Cubs still up 3-2 over the Brewers. All right, let's look at some scores. Let's see here. Final scores: Pirates over the Blue Jays 2-1, Phillies over the Mariners 11-2, Tigers over the Astros 7-2, Diamondbacks over the Indians 3-2, Marlins over the Cardinals 6-2, Nationals over the Mets 5-4, and the Braves over the White Sox 1-0. Yankees currently leading 3-1 over the Rays. A's and Twins are tied up at 2 apiece. The Rangers and Royals are tied up at 3 apiece. The Rockies currently up 5-0 on the Dodgers. Reds and Angels are tied at 0 apiece, as well as the Giants and Padres, who are also at 0-0. Once again, thank you guys for even clicking on this live stream. Really helps out this channel a lot. A super thank you if you're able to press that like button. That like button is really helpful. And, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. It is a lot of Pirates, but there's only 1 month left of them. So, again, I'll be doing the postseason. I'm sure I will see you guys there. And as evidence of this game, I do bounce around. So, again, if you're in the playoff picture, the Pirates aren't able to play, and I got some time, hey, I might be covering your Brewers or your Cubs. I don't know. I don't want to make a promise, but it's likely. Again, I do bounce around. I have covered games that aren't Pirates games this year. Let's see here. Again, looking at the standings. I want to refresh this because I know the Mets did drop against the Reds. Again, only a half game behind the Mets. So if the Reds win tonight, they will be, I don't know how that would work. I guess they have one more win but also one more loss. So the Mets, I guess, technically would be ahead on win percentage. But that'll be interesting. They would be technically tied, though, as far as the games back are concerned. Due up for the Brewers is Ortiz, Frelick, and Collins. I'm assuming Thielbar is going to be working his way back out there. By the Rockies. I know, it's crazy. Ohtani got rocked by the Rockies. That is Wildhammer. Do I cover NFL games? I do, 100%. It is NFL on the channel as well, as Thielbar sets and delivers. That's going to be popped up. Horner making his way under it, and will make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Sal Frelick. Frelick batting .298, OPS of .776, 9 homers, and 49 RBI. So, yes, I'll be doing NFL again. Steelers, we'll be doing Steelers, but, of course, you guys will be voting on the other NFL game that Sunday as well. So, again, that poll will be happening all week, and you guys can vote your team in if they are in the opposite time slot of the Steelers. That's a breaking ball low for ball 1. Oh my gosh, Magic Man, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I really do. You guys are so awesome. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be low for ball 2, but I can tell you, despite your donation, the Puppy Bowl is very unlikely to be covered by Dr. Delay. But you put money to it, so we'll see. You've already increased the odds from 0% to 1. Here's the pitch. That'll be low for ball 3. So 1%. Not saying that if you go another $1.99, that'll go to 2%. It probably stays at 1. It's a max there. So I don't want you to no, that would not be good. 3-0. Here's the pitch. Called strike there on the inside corner. So it's 3-1. 3-1 count to Frelick. 1 out. Top of the 7th. Cubs up 3-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. So it's 3-2. Yeah, actually, again, this is awesome. You guys, that's 2. I actually had a donation earlier. Again, Hammer joined the channel and then donated. Again, I appreciate you guys. You guys are so awesome. Here's the pitch. That's going to be called strike 3 at the knees. Frelick is irate. I don't know if he's upset with the call or himself, but he is mad. Oh, he just cannot believe it. A lot of language there. Language I will not repeat. As Collins is stepping up to the plate. He's batting .278, OPS of .809, 8 homers and 41 RBIs. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Thielbar has looked very good since entering this one. 0-1 count. Collins again 0 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Thielbar looks unhittable. He's upset with himself hearing the call. That's probably, I was wondering, because he was so irate. Didn't really look at the umpire. He was just mad. 0-2 count, Thielbar. Rocks and fires. Chopper to third. Shaw has it. Throws to first for out number 3. 1, 2, 3. Go the Brewers as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The Cubs lead 3-2. Once again, thank you to, I know it's going to sound weird, but shout out Coffee Beans. Again, the $4.99 tier does get you a shout out. You are the commercial break sponsor, Coffee Beans. Thank you so much for sponsoring this commercial break, which is really nothing here other than the fact that, hey, there's the scoreboard. Of course, she does have a YouTube channel, so you can check that out if you like Minecraft and stuff like that. It's Sorry a Cat. I guess I can go ahead and do that. I guess everyone here is going to get a promo because, yeah, I do promote channels. But, yeah, she is Sorry a Cat. So, again, feel free to, if you are not a sports fan, if you guys also like Minecraft and stuff like that, that's what she does over there. So, again, thank you very much for sponsoring this commercial break. Again, the Yankees up on the, actually, they have just defeated the Rays 3-1. So, that one is final. The A's and Twins 2-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Rangers and Royals still tied at 3 apiece. The Rockies currently lead the Dodgers 5-0. Zeros in Los Angeles for the Angels as they host the Reds. Padres leading the Giants 1-0. Final scores: Pirates over the Blue Jays 2-1. Phillies over the Mariners 11-2. Tigers over the Astros 7-2. Diamondbacks over the Indians 3-2. Marlins over the Cardinals 6-2. Nationals over the Mets 5-4 today. And the Braves over the White Sox 1-0. Do I do NBA, WNBA? I do not. I will not really touch the NBA or WNBA. Just not a fan. Not a fan of the NBA. And the WNBA, I think that's not really going to be. My honest opinion is I don't think that's going to last long, to be honest with you. I think they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot. I'm just not entertained. However, if you do want basketball, I can tell you this. So I did say I started with opening day. That's kind of true, kind of not. I kind of did a little bit, and I'm scrolling all the way down here. I want to show you. I did a little bit of college basketball, as I thought it would be pretty neat to just call some March Madness. I really enjoyed it. So if for some reason you think that the MLB or NFL isn't enough, well, I covered college basketball. Hopefully that'll be good enough for you. If you're like, well, I don't know, I need another sport. There you go, college basketball. Nico Horner coming to the plate. He's batting .290, OPS of .712. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. 4 homers and 49 RBIs. As we do have a new pitcher for the Brewers. It's Abner Uribe. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Perkins is under it and makes the catch for out number 1. I'll try to get you the statistics for Abner Uribe as he is 2-1. 2-1 with a 1.82 ERA, whip of a 1.06. Again, Casey is coming to the plate. He's 4 for 15 in his young career. 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Uribe delivers. Chopper to short. Ortiz has it, throws to first, gets him by a step for out number 2. So very quickly on 3 pitches, there's 2 outs. And that'll bring up Dansby Swanson. He's batting .249, OPS of 704, 18 homers, and 57 RBIs. RBIs. I said RPIs. RBIs. College basketball is, yes, I agree. College basketball over the NBA. Uribe sets, rocks and fires. That'll be in there for a called strike, 100 at the knees. Cover professional cart pushing. Interesting. I don't know. I don't think I'll run out of things to cover, though. I appreciate the recommendation, though, Magic Man. 0-1 count. Uribe delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Very quickly, 0-2 count to Swanson. Already 2 outs in just 5 pitches. As Uribe sets and delivers. See you later. He struck him out. Very quick inning. As we head to the 8th already. Cubs lead 3-2 over the Brewers. As again, we're heading to the top of the 8th. It's a good one. RPI runs punted in. Yeah, I don't know what in the world I was saying there. Lost. I'm lost. Butterfly saying, go Longhorns. Magic Man, go Hurricanes. Again, thank you very much. Yes, 61 likes. Appreciate you guys again. Make sure to like it up. Leave a like and definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you are a sports fan, hit that subscribe button. It's free. You won't have to pay a dime. And, of course, again, I do a lot of Pirates baseball. But, again, the postseason is not too far from here. I mean, again, I should see you guys in the playoffs. The question is, will you see me? Again, I'll be covering this game. I'd like for you to listen. If I'm doing a good enough job, definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lane. Of course, football is just right around the corner. In fact, I'll be doing the preseason game for the Steelers tomorrow. And, of course, this Saturday there's going to be some college football as well. I kind of hate the fact that I already set up the Iowa State-Kansas State game because everyone in the world is going to be covering that game. So that was a mistake on my part, but I already have it up, so I'm going to go ahead and cover it. It is what it is. But I'll be doing another game that night as well. So, again, a doubleheader Saturday. If you like college football, definitely subscribe to the channel. I'll be doing a lot of that and NFL as well. RPI wants a smooth liner to the hole and a run scores. This guy. Basketball is fun. I mean, I don't know. College is just better. Carl likes the Nittany Lions. Yeah, no, they have a good team this year. We'll see if they can get over the hump again. Contreras coming to the plate. He's batting .259, OPS of 750, 13 homers, and 61 RBIs. I don't know if there's a new pitcher. I'm kind of waiting to see. I'd imagine there is. We do have a new pitcher. It's going to be Brad Keller. Brad Keller, 3-1 record, 2.45 ERA, whip of a 1.05. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to the right, and that is a foul ball. In his last 7 appearances, Cubs fans would love to hear this. He has allowed no runs, 0.00 ERA. He has been lights out. Will it continue tonight against Contreras? 0-1 count. Keller, wheels and deals. That'll be outside for ball 1. Contreras is 0 for 3 tonight, looking for his first hit. Here's the pitch. That'll be inside for ball 2. Almost hit him. Two and 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Diving catch by Casey. What a play by Casey to keep the runners off the base paths. That'll bring up Christian Yelich. Yelich is batting .265 on the year, OPS of 812, 26 homers and 87 RBIs. Again, Casey with a nice play. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. May have gotten a piece of the zone. Yelich is 0 for 1 with 2 walks. Raven Charles, thank you for stopping by. Can the Brewers get this? They can. Well, we'll see. Here's the 0-1. Yelich hits this to center. And Crow Armstrong makes the catch for out number 2. So very quickly, 2 outs. As Andrew Vaughn will be at the plate. He's batting .244, OPS of .714, 14 homers, and 55 RBIs on the season. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Keller kicks and deals. That'll be outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Keller rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. 96 on the inside corner. 1-1. Again, Vaughn 1 for 3 tonight. As Keller delivers. That's going to be popped up, and that is out of play. Former Card and more recently O's pitcher Kittredge with the Cubbies. Yeah, I think I saw him against the Pirates in the Pirates-Cubs stream. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Man, we head to the bottom of the 8th where the Cubs still lead 3-2. Again, I'll move my big fat head. You can kind of see not much hitting today. Cubs only have 2 hits, but they have 3 runs. Brewers with 4 hits and only 2 runs. Jeez. Not much. Not many people helping out their batting average tonight for sure. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Appreciate the support. Again, feel free to leave a like. It definitely helps out the channel. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Again, a lot of playoff baseball happening on this channel. And I know it may be hard for some of you to believe, but the Pirates won't be there. So, again, I'll be having to cover somebody. And I'm sure I will see these 2 teams for sure in the postseason. Again, I'll be trying to cover as much playoff baseball as possible. And, of course, football season's just right around the corner. I'm a huge Steeler fan. But, again, you guys will be voting on games that I'll be doing. Other than the Steelers, of course, Steelers I'll be covering. And then the other game will be voted on by you guys. So whatever wins the poll, that's the game I'll be covering. Of course, polls will release, Monday. Really, it's just 1 poll a week for week 1, week 2, and so on. And, of course, college football. I'll be doing college football on the channel. Doing for the Cubs will be Shaw, Bush, and Happ to, again, try to get some insurance runs. I'm sure Uribe will be out there. He only pitched 6 pitches. Let's see, Shaw is... Oh, wait, never mind. Look at that. We do have a new pitcher. This is Koenig. He's 5-1, 3.18 ERA. Whip of a 1.24 in his last 7 appearances. He's been pretty good. Nobody has scored. 2-0 with a 0.00 ERA. So that is the pitcher for the Brewers. And the Brewers lead 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th. As we are returning to action in Chicago, hopefully we get onto the field as soon as possible. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. He did not go. Ball 1. 1-0 count to Matt Shaw. He's had some nice plays defensively tonight. Shaw is 0 for 1. As here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left. And that one is foul. It's 0 for 1 with the walk, and I'm trying to remember what he did earlier. Cannot remember for the life of me. 1-1 count. Koenig delivers. That is in there for a called strike. 1-2. Koenig sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be hit to left. At the Ivy, that one is gone. See ya later, says Matt Shaw. His 11th home run of the season, and that gives the Cubs a 4-2 lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Look at that. There's some insurance. There is some insurance for the Cubs as they look like they may be winning the series with a game to spare. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get this wonderful man to 600. I don't know if I'm that wonderful, but I appreciate it, Chris. Again, feel free to definitely subscribe. It's free. I promise you, no bill will be sent as Koenig delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. I appreciate it, Chris. I really do. Again, thank you guys so much for choosing this live stream. Again, Busch batting .259, OPS of .834, 24 homers, 73 RBIs. Koenig delivers. Chopper, foul. Great site, Dr. Lay. Sorry I have to go, but it'll be back soon. Hey, you have a good night, Carl. Thank you, of course, for stopping on by and hanging out. It was good talking to you as always. 0-2 counts. Busch. Swings and hits this one foul. Once again, 0-2 counts. Cubs have already tacked on a run. Enjoying your sign. Again, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And have a good night. Yes, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. 0-2, Koenig delivers. That is way outside, ball one. It's a lefty-on-lefty matchup. That was a slider. I bring that up because I play MLB The Show a lot, and I would have easily swung and missed there for the strikeout. 1-2 counts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and once again, it's a foul ball. Can't 5 live broadcast. Never seen before. Cool. I've already subscribed. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, that's what I'm here for. I try to cover the game. Try to give you as close to the experience as possible. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. My one thing I want to figure out. If I can figure out how to get a crowd, you guys hear a crowd, and it rises and lowers, based on the occasion. I don't know, that'd be so cool. I'd like to do that one day. Figure it out. Here is the 1-2. That is just outside for ball 2. Two and 2. Lefty on lefty. Koenig sets. Kicks and deals. Ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. So the Cubs not done yet. They're not through. They're looking to add some more. Again, this is Ian Happ. He's batting .229 on the season. OPS of .713, 16 homers, and 56 RBIs. Showing the replay is Shaw hitting the home run, making this a 4-2 game. Koenig sets and fires. That is in there, but it's not called a strike. That one was well in there. 1-0 count to Happ. Koenig sets on the 1-0. Looks over at first, rocks and fires. That is in there for a called strike. Happ again, if you needed him to get a hit tonight or something, well, he's 0 for 3. So nothing happened as of yet. 1-1 counts. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside for ball 2. 93 just missed on the outside corner. You can make the argument it actually caught the corner there, but the umpire disagreed. 2-1. 2-1 counts. Koenig delivers. That's going to be hit, and that is fouled off. 65 likes. Again, thank you guys so much. That is so awesome. Appreciate it. I really do. That is great. 2-2 count. Koenig sets. Wheels and deals. Ground ball to second. Ooh, there's one. And two. A double play. Well, that is huge for the Brewers, as that'll bring up Seiya Suzuki. Spending 247, OPS of 810, 27 homers, and 86 RBIs. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. The Cubs up 4-2 over the Brew Crew. Suzuki is 1 for 3 tonight with the stolen base. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Frelick running over there and making the catch for out number 3. Well, the Cubs tack on another. They get some insurance as we head to the top of the 9th, where the Brewers need 2 runs, of course, to tie it up and either push it into the bottom of the 9th or, well, I guess that's really all they can do. Try to push it to the bottom of the 9th. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning on in. And make sure, again, to hit that like button. Again, we're at 65. Let's try to get to 750. That'd be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to definitely subscribe. Oh, hold on. Nick, I am sorry. I'm sorry. I feel like you should still try to get your account back and all that stuff. But hold on. All right, Nick, just let me know and try to comment again, see if it pops up. Again, Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans has been a sponsor tonight. I've shouted her out a few times through tonight's commercial break. She is, of course, a Delay Dynasty member, so I appreciate it. I won't be pushing that at all, but I do appreciate you guys for, again, you guys have become a member. I can go ahead and show you guys, again, these are the people here. Delay Diehards, which I'll have to add Trisk to that a little bit later. And Super Chatters Hammer, which, Magic Man, and, of course, the Rising Rhino have sent a Super Chat. So, again, thank you guys so much for the support. That is so awesome. You guys are great. Again, if you love baseball, if you love football, if you love sports in general, definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. This is what I do. And, yeah, those are the emotes. I forgot about that. Really not many. I don't really have many emotes I can share. The more members, the more emotes I'll have. Those are the emotes right there that I can share with you guys. I know it's all Pittsburgh stuff, so there you go. Siegler, Turang, and Perkins. I was going to say Pickens. Oh, boy. They'll be due up in the top of the 9th. Need Brewers to win, man. Bad. Come on, Brewers. Hey, well, they have one last shot here to at least tie it up. Cubs ruin the parlay. Ooh, that is tough, Timothy. 204 is the batting average. OPS of 514. No homers and 3 RBIs. And you're very welcome, Nick. And when you get your other account back, I'll be sure to make sure you stand out. Don't worry. I will try to take care of the OGs of the channel. Palencia is on the mound. I'll try to get you his statistics. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Again, Palencia, the new pitcher. Daniel Palencia, 1-3. But the record doesn't matter. ERA of a 1.81, whip of a .94. Last 7 outings, though, 3.86 ERA. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. He went strike 2. And Siegler's going to ask for time. Through a sub. Thank you. Thank you, Timothy. You are awesome. I appreciate it. Again, I thank you guys all for subscribing to the channel. That really helps it out. Trust me, it really does. As you can probably see, it's not a well-subbed channel. We're trying to grow it here. 0-2 count, Palencia. Sets. Rocks and fires. Way upstairs. Almost took Siegler's head off. 101. Oh, man. That one was a little scary. 1-2 count again for Anthony Siegler playing second base. Well, he is a second baseman. He's not playing second base. That's a swing and a miss. Look at me go, ruining the call. He struck him out. That's why I'm not elite. Because I'm a chatter. That'll bring up Bryce Turang. Turang's batting .282, OPS of 767, 13 homers and 62 RBIs. Welcome to the family. Yeah, no, for sure. Here is the pitch. So try to hold back up there, but could not hold up. Strike one. Bryce Turang is 2 for 2 with the walk, had a double and an RBI as well. 0-1 counts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be cut on and fouled back. 101 upstairs, made contact, strike two. Thought the Yankees were in trouble there, then blew another lead, but seemed to be in control. Okay. Reds are up 1-0, and the Mets, yeah, they lost. 0-2 counts to Palencia as the pitcher, Turang the batter. Palencia kicks and deals. That's going to be hit up the middle. That's going to get through for a base hit. So Turang kind of keeping the Brewers in it a little bit, as we're going to see a pinch hitter. This is Caleb Durbin. Get a Steelers emoji of a sad. No. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, Magic Man. Not happening on this channel. Durbin's batting .252, OPS of 7,017, homers and 42 RBIs. As Palencia sets, rocks and fires. That'll be in there for a called strike 100. Right down the middle. Come on, Brewer, says Timothy. 0-1 count, Palencia. Looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. That'll be upstairs. As it's 1-1. 1-1 counts. Palencia looks over at first. Looks over again. Looks over again. Kicks and deals. Chopper. Foul. As it's 1-2. Comeback by old Milwaukee. Hey, well, that would make things interesting for sure. Palencia looks over at first. Looks again and delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Curveball outside the zone. Could not lay off. And we'll have another pinch hitter. This is Danny Jansen. Danny Jansen coming to the plate. He's batting .204. OPS of 694. 11 homers and 30 RBIs. Runner on first, 2 outs. Cubs leading 4-2. Palencia looks over. Kicks and deals. Checked his swing. Did not go. As, well, he's going to take second with no problem. So runner on second now. No one's really covering. No one's really caring. 1-0 count. Palencia looks back. Turang takes his lead. Palencia looks back again. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball. Oh, that's going to get past Shaw. Shaw touched it but wasn't able to make the play. Turang's going to come in to score. Throws into second. As I believe Jansen was just chilling at first. So it's 4-3. Shaw has been so good tonight at third, and again, that was a hot shot right to third, but Shaw just could not make the play. That's interesting. No, that flat out, honestly, I don't know what happened there. That'll bring up Sal Frelick. Batting .298, OPS of 774, 9 homers and 49 RBIs. All I'm going to say is Cabrian Hayes would have made that play. I did compare him to Cabrian earlier, so. Looks like there's a little mound visit here for Palencia. So, again, things are a little bit interesting here. Cubs, of course, leading 4-3, but the Brew Crew, they've been known to steal some games as of late. Of course, again, they've fallen, of course, to the Cubs, but before that, on that run, they were rallying back and they were fighting. As Frelick stepping in, he's 1 for 4. Again, a runner on first, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Palencia looks over at first. Rocks and fires. That'll be in there, but it's not called a strike. 99 on the outside corner, as it's way outside apparently. Perfect timing. I know you're cursing the Cubs, Draven. Draven, you're just a curse in general apparently. 1-0 count, Palencia. Kicks and deals. That'll be inside, ball 2. Karma, thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you as always. Karma, a big friend of the wife. 2-0 count. Palencia looks over. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike on the inside corner. Sports indeed. That's what we do here. Again, if you're a sports fan, make sure to hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. As Palencia looks over at first. Looks over again. And a pickoff attempt and the throw. Oh, man. Bush made a great play. Bush really saved Palencia there, as that one could have easily put Lockridge at second. Lockridge again, pinch running here. I don't think I mentioned that earlier. My bad. 2-1 count. Palencia delivers. That'll be upstairs for ball 3. The Cubs fans are not happy. That one was outside the zone, but I do want to remind everybody here that just because the pitcher throws it and the catcher catches it doesn't make it a strike. That is not the case. 3-1. Palencia delivers. That's in there for a call strike. Lockridge goes to second. He's safe, but Swanson is pretty adamant that he got him, so they're checking it. Oh, they're going to take a look. They're going to take a look at it. I didn't really see, they didn't show a replay yet, but as of now, he is safe. It's a 3-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second, but they're challenging. They're going to challenge this stolen base here. This would be a pretty devastating way to lose. College football to center. Yes, it is. I'm ready for it. It looks like he's going to be safe. Cubs fans are cheering, but I don't really think he's... I don't know, unless they show this angle here. Let's look at this angle. Yeah, no, he's going to be safe. So the Cubs fans cheering, but that is not going to be overturned by any means. After review, the call on the field is confirmed it's safe. And the Cubs fans are booing. That was again pretty clear that he was safe. All right, again, 3-2 counts. 2 outs, top of the ninth, runner on second. Frelick at the plate. Palencia looking back at Lockridge. Rocks and fires. Inside, ball 4. And honestly, that's not the worst thing, as Frelick again has shown up in clutch situations. But so is this guy. So is Isaac Collins. He's stepping in. He's batting .277. OPS of .807. 8 home runs, 41 RBIs. Runners on first and second. With 2 outs in the top of the ninth, the Cubs leading 4-3. Again, the Brewers have already scored this inning. They do have a runner in scoring position. Palencia looks back at second. And delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 88 on the inside corner. RC is over. I'm done with this team. Yeah, Dodgers fans can be a little wild. 0-1 count. Palencia sets. Wheels and deals. That'll be way inside for ball 199 at the shins. One and one count to Collins. Here's the pitch. That is inside, And the Cubs fans again mad, but again a reminder, just because the process of the catch, the throw and the catch is complete, does not make it a strike. That one was well inside. Ball 2. 2-1. 2-1 count. Palencia sets. Rocks and fires. Almost took his head off. Ball 3 as Collins is in the dirt. Getting out of the way. Man, the stakes are pretty high here. Palencia's sweating, taking off his hat. Almost taking Collins' head off. Here's oh my gosh, they're showing it in full speed. Count is 3-1. Palencia looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 84 mile per hour breaking ball outside. As the Cubs fans are all standing, they're all loud, they're all clapping. And Collins is going to ask for time, but again, they're still clapping through this all. 3-2 count. Collins is 0 for 3 on the day, but one hit here could change it all. 3-2. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Palencia kicks and deals way upstairs, not even close, as it's ball 4, and he has walked. The bases loaded. And that will bring up William Contreras. He is 0 for 4 on the night, but you can say he's due. Batting .258, OPS of .748, 13 homers and 61 RBIs. As Timothy likes it, Trisk likes the excitement. As there's a mound visit here, again, a lot of Cubs fans standing. Everyone in the stadium is standing. Again, it's a big game. The Brewers, again, as I mentioned earlier, have been known to come back late, and that's how they really kept their winning streak going in some of those games, just battling back, never giving up. Some people would say hustle, loyalty, and respect. If you're a WWE fan, as Contreras is at the plate, Palencia sets. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 99 at the knees. Oh, and 1 counts. Palencia sets. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. 98 on the outside corner. 0-2 counts. Palencia. The Cubs fans on their feet. They are loud and proud. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to second. It's caught. It's caught at the end of the glove by Horner. Palencia gets the save. The Cubs win 4-3. Oh my goodness. Holding on by the edge of the glove. And the Cubs will win the series officially. 3 games, of course. We're going to be pending on tomorrow's game. It's 3-1 as of now. Again, Game 5 is tomorrow. As you can see, again, the Cubs winning 4-3 with 4 hits. The Brewers had 6 hits, but the more hits didn't matter today. As I'm going to take off my headset, I've heard Go Cubs Go a lot in my lifetime. Again, I used to watch WGN when I was younger. So I watched a lot of Cubs games, believe it or not, more Cubs than Pirates games. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. That was awesome. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in tonight. It was a fun one. Again, feel free to leave a like and definitely hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you love sports, this is the channel for you. This is the channel for you. I mean, obviously, you can see I'm a Pirates guy, and I'll always be a Pirates fan. Even if they go 0-162, I will still, of course, be a Pirates fan. I'll still calling as many Pirates games as possible. But again, I'll be doing the postseason, so I'm sure I will see these 2 teams very soon. How soon, in fact? Well, that's actually a great question. It's a great question. I'm covering this game tomorrow. I'll be doing Game 5 in the afternoon. I only work half a day tomorrow in the morning. So again, if you want to know what happens in Game 5, feel free to check it out tomorrow. It's 1:15 Central Time, 2:15 Eastern. And, of course, you can do the math after that, Mountain West and, all that stuff. That's you guys, I'm thankful for you guys, but, again, you guys can go ahead and do the math there. Subtract 1 or add 1 compared to wherever the game is. That's pretty much it, though. Again, thank you, Hammer. And, again, thank you, Rising Rhino. Everyone, Trisk, Ramon. The Cubs ended up winning. Sorry, Hubertus. That's unfortunate. Please call me. Yes, I can call. Yes, I'll call you. Again, I do appreciate you guys. Again, make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Of course, again, as you can see, I'll be doing a lot of football very soon. And tomorrow, like today, I did 2 games. I'll be doing 2 games tomorrow as well. Brewers and Cubs. And, of course, the Steelers and the Panthers. Got some preseason football for you tomorrow. And, again, college football is pretty close. So, again, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It definitely helps out this little channel as we're making progress. And, again, thank you guys. You guys are the reason for that. And I do appreciate everyone. Again, I want to shout out the members, which, again, this launched today. The fact that I already have a few members is so cool. So, again, Hammer, thank you again for being a member. Again, it's just 99 cents. I understand the times we live in, folks. That's why I'm not going to charge much more. Although, if you do want to pay a little bit more, I'll even, again, sponsor you during the little half-inning breaks or whatnot. That's going to be Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans is the sponsor, and, of course, he does have a YouTube channel. And, again, if you are a non-sports fan, if you like Minecraft and stuff like that, definitely check out Sorry Cat. That is the channel there. She is sponsoring for breaks. Again, I will be redirecting here. So, again, if you want some more action, I will try to find another thing for you. But, again, feel free to subscribe. I see we're at $5.99. Someone would like to make it $600. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to get to $600 tonight. If not, that's okay. That'll make it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be much more exciting. Again, just bear with me as I will redirect you guys. Those of you that just want some more action. Who is on? Who is on? All right, we got the Diamond Zone coming. So, again, feel free to stick around. We got some more action for you on another channel. It's going to be the Diamond Zone. I will see you tomorrow again. Tomorrow I will be doing Game 5 of the series. So definitely subscribe for that if you're a Cubs and Brewers fan. Again, plenty of playoff baseball happening. But baseball happening tomorrow as well. Brewers and the Cubs. Tomorrow at 1:15 Central. Subscribe so you get the notification. I will see you guys then. You guys all have a great rest of your night. Again, if you want more action, I got you with the Diamond Zone. I'm sending you over to Play by Play with JJ. He does a great job.